subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, what's going on, guys? I'm in here. I'm in the building. Let me give you a round of applause. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is the tap in time, and I am your gracious host. My name is Tariq, and I'm glad you're joining me tonight or this morning, however you're listening to this. Um, Let me get some shout outs before we get started because we're going to chop up some very heavy game on the broadcast today. Let me shout out some of the regulars that come in the room that joins us every day. Brother Delmont, we got Brother Maroc, we got Seven, we got Love I Am, we got who else? We got Ty Powell, Brother Highland in the building, Michi God, Welsing, Sir Mike, Isaac, Grimes, TV, Re-Ups, Great Black Shark, and so many others. The lovely Melanie, I see you, dear. I see you, beloved. All right, y'all do me a favor, guys. Give me a nice retweet. Give me a retweet. Let everybody know that we're doing our thing right now. Give the link to the broadcast a retweet. So, family, let's get right into it because I do want to take some calls and get the family to chime in. There was a journalist, he wrote an article, a Facebook post talking about how the Democrats have kind of lost their cool factor. And the brother made a lot of good points on that. Let's step back. When we look at the Democrats now, and look, I'm an independent. I'm not right, left, or anything. I'm an independent. I'm a policy-based voter. I'm not saying this from the perspective of a conservative or anything like that. I'm right there in the middle, so I can have honest critiques of both sides. All right. I can have honest critiques of both sides. But when you look at the Democrats and just really take a step back and look at the Democrats and look and see how the Democrats are crashing and burning, we saw how they got whooped on in the last election. They're out here running around in the media trying to make noise, and they're just doing any and everything. They just seem real desperate. They don't have any real leadership in the Democrats right now. Nobody knows who's going to be a front runner in the next election. They're just scrambling right now. And to be very honest, the Democrats are looking just very lame right now. The Democrats have now become the party of lame and corny people. I would like for anybody to, if I'm saying anything out of pocket, I mean, let's walk with me on this, family. Walk with me. When you look at the Democrats used to be the party. It's, representing black folks. They put a lot of black folks around. You're supposed to be cool. Everybody's cool. It was supposed to represent hipness and coolness. And, they had Bill Clinton playing the saxophone and all of that stuff. And, oh, he's the first black president. So the Democrats were supposed to be the party of hipness. They're with it. They got their finger on the pulse. And then Obama, he was supposed to be the outsourcing of the coolness of black society, which he wasn't from our lineage. And I think after Obama, there was a wake-up call. Obama, they paraded him around as the cool black man. This is how progressive the Democrats are. We got a cool black man with a black ass wife, and we made him president. That's how cool the Democrats are. But then we realized how lame Obama was. We realized Obama was a lame, and I'm saying this as a person who voted for this dude twice and put money on his campaign. Obama's a lame and a cornball. And I think that woke a lot of people up. We saw that they're really putting a lot of lame, corny people out here in the forefront who ain't really that hip at all. They tried to do that with Kamami. They tried to portray her as this cool, hip sister girl. And this is the damn Hindu bedwench. You're not fooling anybody. Every time she tried to do her cool sister girl routine, it became more and more cringe because it was inauthentic. We don't believe you. You need more people. So the Democrats, we're looking at them now as the party of lames. They're very lame looking. When they're doing press conferences now, they're looking lame and corny and outdated and old and burnt out. It's just corny now. But what's interesting, the right wingers, they're looking more progressive and hip, if we're going to be honest. And again, I'm not saying this from a perspective of a conservative. We're making a real analysis here. The Trump administration and what they got going on looks more hip and progressive than the damn Democrats. There's been a paradigm shift here, right? Now, why are the Democrats looking so lame? Why did they lose their cool factor? Well, the thing is, one thing, the Democrats, they have an aging leadership problem. See, the Democrats, they're largely led by people who've been in politics for decades. Joe Biden has been in, this dude has been crawling around the politics for since the 60s or 70s. Him and his janky ass laws and bills. Nancy Pelosi, she's been in politics forever. Chuck Schumer, been in politics forever. So they represent a party whose leadership is basically stuck in the past. All right. In contrast, Trump was not really a politician. Trump just became a politician when he became president. So Trump has not been in politics for decades and decades and decades. He's been a businessman and also an entertainer. He's been in the entertainment industry, a reality show star. So he brought a different energy to the game. And I think more people could relate to that because it was something different. And Trump is very unpredictable. You don't know where Trump is coming from. You dig? Very unpredictable. But the thing is, the Republicans, even they have elevated more younger people and they've tapped in with younger, more influential people. Hell, people like Andrew Tate, this guy's very popular on social media. I think he kind of endorsed Trump, people like that. So they knew how to attract a younger male audience. Um, Even though Trump is an older guy, Trump has his vice president, younger guy, JD Vance, relatively young guy. You see? And another thing too, the Republicans, what they did, they embraced social media culture. That was a plus for them. See, the GOP, they aggressively leveraged their social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter to engage with young audiences. You see? And they had a lot of right wingers out here really active on social media, like the Candace Owens. And we disagree with a lot of stuff she says, but she was active out there on these platforms, pushing the messaging in a very articulate way. You see, and a lot of their content, it goes viral and it resonates with a lot of these anti-establishment audiences. Where the Democrats, on the other hand, they come across stiff and they're out of touch with real online engagement. Also, what the Democrats do, they rely basically on legacy media, which is controlled by the Democrats. The legacy media is relatively left leaning, so they depend on that. So that's an old school media model, like MSNBC, CNN, the New York Times. They depend on these outlets to shape images, but younger audiences really get their news from alternative sources. They get their news from us. They get their news from podcasts. They get their news from independent content creators and us. They get a lot of information from the grassroots. And the Republicans, they've kind of capitalized on that shift by dominating platforms like YouTube and Rumble and um, stuff like that, and going on Joe Rogan, you dig, who has a very anti-establishment disposition that a lot of younger audiences tap into. You see, I hope some of the Democrat shills are listening because y'all need to soak up some game here. I hope the Democrat shills are listening. Y'all give me another retweet, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to talk tonight. And here's the thing. The Republicans, see, remember back in the 90s, it was the Republicans who were the corny, they were the old, outdated um, party. They were the ones attacking hip hop. Remember, there was this big thing where um, they were attacking rappers and trying to build platforms on attacking Tupac and Ice-T and all of these people. Um, they were anti hip hop, anti urban, and all that. The Republicans now, they've co opted a lot of elements of hip hop culture genuinely. Well, I won't say genuinely. Well, they ain't paying a bunch of folks to do performances like the Democrats. You see, the Democrats, they got rappers up there, but you got to pay them. You had to pay Megan, you had to pay Cardi B, you had to pay Glorilla to go perform at your joint. Whereas Trump just had a Black History event. He had Kodak Black and other rappers, and they had, I think they paid Snoop and those guys a little something, but they are starting to embrace hip hop culture now, and they strategically align themselves with people in rap and urban culture. And what they did, what Trump did, that was very smart and strategic. High profile rappers, he pardoned them. You see, which gave him more street cred. Like, hey, okay, he's looking out. Whereas the Democrats, they be out here locking cats up. You see? So now the Democrats, you're looking like the damn ops right now. The Democrats out here attacking Eric Adams right now. They're trying to get Eric Adams out the paint. These are the Democrats going after this man, and Trump is protecting him to a certain degree. That's why the Democrats are looking real lame right now. The Democrats are looking like ops right now. That's why you guys are losing and crumbling right now. You look like ops, you act like ops. Nobody's really trying to rock with you. Y'all come across lame. The shit you're doing is lame. And then you want to point the finger at the right wingers and Trump. Trump is up here getting the people out of jail that y'all put in. You can't really spin that negative. It's hard to spin that negative. You can't spin that. Let's just keep it a bean here. Yeah. And Trump is out here hanging out, genuinely hanging out with rappers and athletes. And um, Biden up here talking about if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And, all that lame nonsense. And Kamala trying to sound hip, talking about she was listening to Tupac in college. And people are like, baby, sweetie, when you were in college, Tupac didn't have a record out there. Come on now. Tupac didn't even have a record out. So they come across lame, cringy, and out of touch. And also with the Democrats, they've become the party of scolding and censorship. You see, they were always the Democrats used to point the finger like, oh, the Republicans, they're going to silence you, they're going to take your voice. The Democrats, they're the ones associated with quote unquote cancel culture and political correctness and rigid social rules. And young people, especially in hip hop culture, they reject that type of authoritarian censorship. Every time we say something, some Democrat is coming to wag the finger at black people, especially, and others. If we don't go along with their bullshit, where you misogynistic, if y'all don't like Kamala Harris, y'all hate the black woman, y'all just a bunch of misogynists, right? Right, Joy Reid? If y'all don't like um this politician wearing a dress, this male politician putting on a sundress, well, damn it, y'all homophobic. If you don't want your kids to learn about transgenders, y'all homophobic. And come on, you sound like an op. You sound lame. That shit is lame, man. It's straight up and down. It's lame. You sound like an op doing that. Democrat shills. That's oppy behavior. Especially young people, they don't like that. Whereas the Republicans, what do? They position themselves as a party of free speech and rebellion against the establishment norms. That's more appealing to people who feel constrained. Yeah. and the left wingers speech policing, you know, on social media. Remember, there's certain things that you can't say, especially a few years ago when um, certain platforms were more left controlled. You couldn't say certain things. You would get censored by saying certain things, and that was a problem. And the thing is, another thing, the Democrats, they're having an identity crisis right now. The Democrats, they claim to be the party of diversity, and many of their policies, it just disproportionately harm the black community. They focus on LGBT, immigration, climate change, and all of that, and that overshadows core concerns for foundational black Americans. And the Republicans, they've exploited that. Yeah, they've exploited that. So, like I said the other day, the Republicans, they've been doing symbolic gestures, nothing really tangible yet, but their symbolic gestures are better than the Democrats' symbolic gestures. So that's a win. If two groups are not really giving tangibles and they're giving symbolic gestures, and one group's symbolic gestures is better, that's still a win for them to a certain degree. Not really a win for us, but it's a win for them, you see. And another thing too, the Democrats are looking lame, but the Republicans are looking a little more appealing, especially Trump, because Trump has somewhat of an outlaw image, and that resonates with hip hop culture. Hip hop culture has always had an affinity for outlaws, rebels, and figures who stand up to the establishment. And Donald Trump, despite him being a billionaire, he carries a certain swag and the defiance of a hustler who moves outside of the rules. Yeah, and that has a certain appeal. And he love or like hate or like Trump will stand on some damn business. If Trump says he's gonna do something, he does it. He say he ain't gonna do it, he ain't gonna do it. He pretty much stands on business. Whereas the Democrats sit up here and make promises and then renege on the promises. Oh, we're gonna have a police reform. Oh, I ain't got time now. Oh, we're gonna do reparations. Ooh, we ain't got time for that now. So yeah, they can't even stand on business like real men or real women. Whereas Trump, good or bad, right or wrong, he stands on business. And people can respect that. People can respect that. You dig? And with Trump, this dude, listen, you got all of these left wing politicians parading around, soft, dainty dudes who's trying to buck break us to go along with their agendas. They're parading around non binary dudes and all of that. And that's just not resonating with nobody. Whereas look at Trump. Trump went out here and got shot. This dude and stood up to getting shot. This dude got shot, stood on business, beat a lot of the charges thrown at him, and then still got a victory. People got to respect that. If you like him or don't like him, you still got to respect that and kind of pop your collar to it. That resonates with people. When Trump got shot, I say that he won. He's gonna win this election. When he got shot and survived, he's winning. I knew he was gonna win that. You know, that's that right there. That was the victory shot right there. Yeah, because it shows tough leadership. Whether you agree with his policies or not, this 80-something-year-old man taking a bullet in the ear, however he took it, and standing up like, yeah, we're gonna keep fighting. That resonates with people, even on a subconscious level. You got to respect that. Yeah. Whereas Joe Biden, this falling down all over the place. Joe Biden he walk up a flight of stairs and fall right the fuck back down. He couldn't even stand up straight. If somebody shot him, it would have been a wrap. Joe Biden was tripping all over the place. So yeah, the Democrats, everything just looks weak and lame. It's been looking like that for a minute. It's been looking like that for a minute. And also, listen, the grassroots and the hip hop culture and the hip hop demographic, they no longer automatically align with the left now. See, during the 90s and 2000s, hip hop was damn near synonymous with democratic values, focusing on like social justice and systematic racism. But hip hop is more diverse now. In political thought, it's a whole different vibe. And a lot of rappers, they openly express skepticism about the government. Okay. And the Republican Party, they brand themselves as anti-government, like an anti-government overreach um, fighters, and that's gained traction with a lot of people who don't want that government and corporate overreach. So they're seeming more progressive, and also the Democrats, they're just seeming desperate right now. Where the Republicans, they seem more confident. The Democrats, they're scrambling to maintain black voters, and the Republicans, they come across like they don't need to beg for votes. Yeah, you see. So the Democrats are just looking extremely lame. And one of the main reasons why they're looking lame, let's be real, when you see people representing the Democrats right now, who do you see? You don't really see anybody who you want to aspire to be. Can we be real? When you look at the Democrats, there is nobody in the Democrats who you really, really want to aspire to be like. When you see dudes running around here talking about they represent the Democrats, it's basically the same demographic, either old niggas who don't want their blood pressure medicine prices to go up, tethers who don't want their cousin to be deported or who they don't want to get deported, or moist sassy niggas. You understand? Do you really want to be like any of that? Come on now, let's talk turkey. The Democrats, they don't have no lead figures that young people admire or aspire to be like. Yeah. Think about it. In the Democrat Party, who in the Democrat Party right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about right now, who in the Democrat Party will go up on a mural somewhere? Come on now, who's going to go up on a mural? Oh, we got a Democrat in here. We got Gabriel. Let me get Gabriel in here. We got Gabriel, the Democrat. Let's talk about it, Gabriel. Let's talk about it. I'm glad you're here. What's up, brother?
How you doing, brother? How you doing, Tariq? How you
Um,
been? How's your family doing?
everything is great, man. Is everybody cool on your end? Nobody got deported, did they?
Nobody has gotten deported. I've
Good.
actually been helping out my brothers and sisters and getting like people access to immigration lawyers and doing what they need to do under the age of Trump, but nobody has been deported, to my knowledge at least. And we're doing all right.
Yeah. So now you've heard some of my assessments. Now, do you disagree or agree with anything that I'm saying?
I definitely disagree, like, and kind of surprised at your hubris that you're just talking so like big and like the Democrat Party is just like we're just defeated, we're in despair, and we have no candidates down in the future. We have a long bench of people who I think could make great candidates in the future.
Like who?
Like look at the governor of Maryland, Wes Moore, black man, uh, military background, went to an elite schools, a very smart figure. He's just not very much known outside the state of Maryland. But
Right.
if he were to decide to run for president and get more of a national platform, I think he's a person that a lot of young people would like to aspire to. So he's one figure, I would say.
Well, yeah, he just happened to be a Democrat. I mean, outside of really Baltimore, nobody really knows him like that. You know?
I mean, yeah, outside. I mean, before a while, people didn't know Obama like that, and that's just how it goes. Like these people don't.
Westmore,
Mhm.
but because Westmore, he's a Westmore is a Caribbean, and that's just not gonna fly. Yeah, he's not going to galvanize.
It's just not gonna fly. What you mean?
No,
Why are you dismissing him like that?
because we now, at this juncture, foundational Black Americans, we are very, very particular about who goes out here and represents us. And a lot of people from these foreign backgrounds, they're not doing a good job. So a lot of them are automatically being rejected.
So
Um,
do you have the same smoke for like Republicans like Byron Donalds?
yes, absolutely. I am not rocking with
Because I mean, Trump. You see Trump endorse him for the
right.
run for governor of
Right.
Florida.
Don't rock
I
with
mean, are you gonna galvanize against him, or are you just gonna keep
them.
uh sh-
Okay,
downplaying the Democratic Party?
I don't rock with Byron. I don't. He's a Caribbean as well, and we don't rock with him either. Yeah,
Or who's a girl in Virginia? Winsome Sears, I
uh,
think that's her name.
another tether. We don't rock
Mm.
with her. We don't rock. She's a big tether from Jamaica. We don't rock with her. Um,
Uh,
I know she's
And
Republican, and she's denigrated. She told us to stop whining about slavery. She's out. Ain't nobody rocking with her. Let me
I mean that's like more of a Republican platform. Like Republicans been saying, don't stop whining about slavery.
hold on. Let me get Brother Kanye in to chop it up. We chopping it up. Brother Kanye, hop in.
Yeah, what's good with you, Flex? How you holding up, man?
Brother, how are you, sir?
How you doing, Kanye?
I'm doing all right, man. Gabriel, really? Westmore, that's the best you could do? Come on,
I
gang.
mean,
Like, all right.
he has a very impressive background.
Here's the problem with this situation. Y'all homegirl, Jasmine Crockett, went on the Breakfast Club, and she said the same thing AOC's been saying. Basically, in political terms, the old niggas is hating on them, right? Because she talked about how she came up with this idea to monitor waste, and everybody ignored it. But then they created a platform and they put her at the head of the task force. Now, what she's directly saying is, hey, they don't trust us enough, and that's the coolest person y'all got. Nobody in recent history, right, for the Democrats have set the tone to actually make people want to vote for him, except for Bernie Sanders. And you know, like I know, he's not even a Democrat; he's an independent. He just used the platform.
I don't even think he falls under that category.
Yeah,
Where I don't
exactly. But
think
that's the point, right? Think about it. People actually like Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders wasn't even a
white people
Democrat because
only
he
like
don't like.
wait, hold on. White people only like Bernie. White liberals only like Bernie Sanders. Black people never like Bernie Sanders.
You said who don't like Bernie Sanders?
Black people never like Bernie
You
Sanders.
sure
Only
about that?
white.
There's a guy named Killer Mike was pushing for Bernie Sanders pretty hard.
I mean, but the reason why Bernie Sanders have never gotten a nomination is because he got killed in the South. Black people didn't vote for him in the South.
Or see, now we just telling lies now. Or what really happened was he got robbed by the DNC for Hillary, and then again by Joe Biden. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this. Come
No, no,
on,
no. Black
Gabriel,
Bernie Sanders had no major black support in the
Gabriel,
Democratic Party. That's
Gabriel.
just true.
Gabriel,
He never
listen,
won
you
the
talking
South.
about, and you know what? And this is exactly why they lose because the establishment Democrats ignore
What
the
do you
little
mean?
people.
Who is they? You can't say we lost one election and make it seem like it's a continuous phenomenon. Like Democrats have just been losing for the past decade, and that's just not the fact. We lost one election
You sure about that? Because if I recall correctly, how many seats did y'all lose again?
in seats where
Y'all lost the House and the Senate.
we lost about 5 seats in the
See, that's
House.
the problem you talk.
We lost 8 seats in the
And
House.
that's enough to do what? Give the majority, right? Do y'all control Congress right now?
It's a slim majority, yes.
Oh my God! Listen, dog. Do you realize how much of a lead you guys had that y'all lost? Like
How much of a
this.
lead we had where?
Listen, this level
How
of
much of a
delusion.
lead? How much of a lead we had where?
You know what? Don't even worry about it. This level of
Okay.
delusion right here, right now, right? The same thing that all the Democrats are doing right now. They at whatever convention they just had. They still believe that people didn't vote for Kamala because they're racist and sexist. And
I didn't say that.
the same. No, I'm just talking about the attitude of your party.
I don't think that's the attitude of the party
This
either.
whatever this complete rejection of reality for you guys. I just like, man, you guys really believe that's why y'all lost? You guys,
Who is you guys? I don't think that's like. I mean, there's voices in the party that like do believe it's just racism and
there's some
sexism. That's why
very
she
high up
lost.
voices, right?
I mean, like
Like the
it
one y'all
depends what you
nominated
say is
president.
high up.
What was the reason Kamala gave for losing the election?
What do you think it is?
No, what is the reason she gave? I ain't talking about me. What did she
In
say?
my opinion, I believe because
No,
of
what? No, what did she get? What was her?
What did she say? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's not play these games. What did she say? What did the other people in the party say? America's just not ready for a woman president. They're not ready for a black woman president. They didn't like minorities. Completely ignoring all the other social issues that you guys. stuff on. Even right now, I'm
I don't
telling you,
even think social issues was the main reason. I think the main
right.
reason
So
she
what's the
lost
main
was
issue?
was economic. I believe inflation was a huge issue for the Democrats, and they laid it at the feet of the Biden administration. And Kamala Harris was part of the Biden administration.
So what
Immigration,
reason did
like,
she say? Because she didn't say any of that. She said that niggas hate black women for the most
okay,
part.
okay. If she said that, I just disagree. I don't think that's the main reason why she lost. I
Right? Like,
disagree. I would disagree
but
with
when she
Kamala on
says
that.
it, right? When she says it, and when you get pundits like Angela Rye, who's supposed to be their key to the culture, and you get other Democratic strategists saying the same thing, doesn't that start to seem like the official position of the party?
Now, most Democratic strategists say what I'm saying. Like, inflation is the reason of
Wait,
main
wait. So
inflation. If you look at the
if
exit, if you
most
look
of
at
them
the
say
exit
that,
polls of why she lost, is like mainly
Gabriel,
inflation, immigration.
this. I don't know what to attribute this to. I don't know if this is delusional Democrat shit or some foreigner shit.
What am
Dog,
I delusional about?
if
I'm not.
most of the people, right, the talking heads of that party, the strategic people are saying the same thing. Oh, she lost because America wasn't ready for a female black president. And that becomes the official stance of the party. Even some people in the
That's
party.
not the official stance of the party. If you look at
Okay,
exit
gotcha.
polling
So
data, if you look at the
who was the
actual
head of the party?
data, if you look
Who
at
was the
the
head of the
if you
party?
look if you look at the exit polling
Who was
data,
the head
it
of the
showed
party?
it. Who's the head of the party?
Yes, sir. Who's the head of the party?
Like, meaning what? Like, who's the head of the
Like,
DNC?
like
Who's the head of
who's the leadership of the party? You got Keem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and who else?
and the head of the DNC who just got elected?
Yeah, and what have they been saying about this?
They've been saying they've been saying
They've been
they've
echoing
been
the
saying
same
different
talking
reasons.
points.
There's not a consensus. There's not a consensus. You're saying
There
like
is a
you're
consensus.
saying
They've been
there's a
saying it since the
consensus within the
election.
The consensus within the Democratic Party is not the fact she was a black woman. That's why she lost. That is not the consensus of the Democratic
That's
Party.
exactly what they've been
That
saying.
is that is not the consensus. You can name one strategist or
She
whatever, but
said
that's not the
it. She
consensus of the
said it.
DNC.
Joy Reid said
She
it. I
can.
know she's not a part of the party,
Joy
but she
Reid is
still is.
not high. Joy Reid is
Watch
a
this. Watch this.
Hold,
journalist.
I'm glad you
Joy
said.
Reid.
let's slow down because no, Gabriel, you don't argue in bad faith. The Democrats, they got that talking point from the top. The DNC had all of them running around talking about black men don't want to see the black woman rise. They were running around talking about we don't want to see black girl magic. That was a talking point that the DNC sent to all of their flunkies. They were all saying it at the same time. So that means it was a centralized narrative that was passed down. So let's not be disingenuous. All right, go ahead.
But this is why they.
Go ahead, brother. Oh, it's double mute. We'll get you back, Kanye. You can unmute down, Kanye.
Yeah, but this is why they lose so much, right? It's just like sometimes just
What
let
is
them
so
talk.
wait? What is so? Why you keep saying that? Why you saying so much when it's been one election? Like, I don't
You sure
understand.
about that? Because I recall them losing too.
What's the second one?
I don't know. Maybe this other chick y'all had up there who was going around trying to be the first female president. Kind of didn't work out for her neither.
You talk about 8 years ago, Hillary Clinton.
I mean, you said two, and look, it don't matter. The point is y'all losing because y'all refuse to accept reality. Now, if people will sit back and
We
say,
lost one election off because of economic concerns and some concerns over
"You sure
immigration.
that's the
That's the
reason why
main
y'all
reason.
lost?"
If you look at the exit polling data, what voters actually said, their biggest issue in the
You know, it's
election of
so
2024
funny
was
that you
inflation.
wait. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is again the 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 rejection of reality here is crazy, dog. You do realize that
If
people
I'm
when
citing
polled,
exit polling data, how's that the rejection of reality? When I'm citing
listen.
what voters' concerns were,
Okay, so according to the poll, she should have won Iowa too, correct?
polls and exit polling data are two
I'm just
different
giving you, I'm just
things.
giving you an example of how polling works. Like what the, like people say one thing and do another. You know that, right?
People, but that main data point has been consistent throughout for
Well, I
two
tell you
years.
what,
That
keep
hasn't
going by
changed.
that. Keep going by that. I love the fact that y'all, there's a saying in the art of war: when your enemies make a mistake, don't correct them. Look, y'all are just
And
up
again,
left and right.
the polling wasn't all that wrong. The polling had a close election in the national popular vote, which it was, and it had it within margin of error in all the swing
Let
states,
me get
which it was.
Professor Allen in here. Professor Allen, chime in, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir. I just hello, family. I just want to say the history will erase the mystery. And if you look back at the history of the Democratic Party, there's a history of immigrants coming in to destroy any type of progress that foundational Black Americans made or attempted to make. Let's go back to Andrew Johnson, who was a Dixiecrat. Who was responsible for overturning Special Field Order 15, taking back, according to Dr. Howard Zinn, property in the South at bayonet point from foundational Black American families.
That is so non-pertinent to this
It is
conversation.
pertinent because, sir, my question to you is: are you an immigrant? Are you a
My,
son of an immigrant? Yes or no?
my question to you: do you recognize that the
I
basic
asked you a question,
classification
sir. Are
systems
you
are
the son of an
different than the
immigrant? Are you
Democrats?
the son of an immigrant? Yes or
How's
no?
that pertinent to this
Is the
conversation? You
answer
see the
no,
flag.
sir?
You
That,
see the flag in my
ladies and
bio.
gentlemen, he's a son of, allegedly, he's a son of an immigrant. He's
It's
coming
not
here to
alleged.
disrupt our
It's not
movement.
alleged. It's not allegedly at all.
Oh, so it's true. You are the son of an immigrant.
Did Malcolm X interrupt your movement?
Hold on.
Did Marcus Garvey interrupt your
Are you the
movement?
son of an immigrant?
Okay, then.
Why are you in our
Did,
space? You're
did Stokely Carmichael interrupt?
just like Andrew Johnson, just like Kamala Harris. You are in here trying to
Are
disrupt our
you
movement.
are you are
Sir,
you
where is your
seriously
30 pieces of silver?
are you
I'm
seriously
dead serious.
comparing Andrew Johnson to Kamala Harris? Are you freaking serious,
I'm
man?
serious
Because
as your dad's accent.
oh my goodness, like that's not even
It is.
uh,
It is. You come amongst us
uh,
to disrupt our movement. And I wonder what's been promised to you.
nothing has been promised to me. And why is my personal background such an interest to you?
Because
And
you
how
are
is it
because
pertinent to this
sir, you
conversation?
are around my family and I'm concerned about yours.
I'm around your family. I am a U.S. citizen. I've
Sir, I'm
born and
talking
raised in
about
this country.
foundational Black Americans.
Okay, you can talk about foundations of Black
Sir,
Americans. Do you think Stokely?
in conclusion, Mr. Gabriel,
Do you think Stokely
Mr.
Carmichael,
Gabriel,
Kwame
I want
Ture,
you to find your line
interfered with
and
your
get your
movement?
ass in your line. Get out my line.
No. Why?
On
Why don't
that
you
I
say? Why
land,
don't you
brother.
say? Why don't you say a point that's pertinent to the conversation, which you can?
Okay, let me get Brother McCall in the building. Brother McCall.
I like Macau.
Great Minister of Code. How art thou?
I'm so good brother. How are you, sir?
Just living a dream and winning.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Brother Gabriel, how are you, sir? How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Macau. It's good to hear from you. How you doing? How's your family been?
Oh, excellent. Thank you for the sentiment. I appreciate it. How's the Democratic Party doing?
Man, we're just sitting and waiting because to answer that question, the Democratic Party, we don't have to do too much. We don't have to be like Maxine Waters screaming outside the Department of Education doing too much. All we have to do is just let Trump be Trump, let him run the country, and public support is going to go down for him. And it's already going down for him. And all we got to do is sit there and wait like we did in 2017. And I think we're going to be successful in the next elections in the midterm.
Let's see. So that's your strategy for um, responding to this paradigm shift, this U.S. government that's
No,
essentially an AI generated form of governance, and technocrats or techno-libertarianism, techno-determinism. And by the way, I would be considered a Black techno-independent. So you're just going to sit back and watch uh, them win, basically.
not sit back and watch them win is like you see people like Elon Musk, his public support has been eroding since Trump has gotten into office. His approval ratings are abysmal. And some of the Trump, what is the programs and things that Trump is trying to implement, because I believe he got elected based off of economic reasons. And
Really?
I don't think those economic reasons are going to go away anytime soon. Like a report just said, egg prices are going up 41% this year. Inflation is probably going to stay the same, going up this year. I don't think that economic concerns of America is going to be alleviated by Donald Trump this year,
Okay,
and he's going to bear the responsibility of that.
so let me counter that real quick, and I appreciate your your candidacy. Seems like you are clearly aware that the Democrats are in trouble, that their model, their narrative, and methodologies are obsolete, and that essentially it was a mistake to underestimate uh, Trump, and of course to uh, be condescending and downplay the power of the foundational Black American community.
I don't think that was the biggest mistakes the Democrats. The biggest mistake the Democrats made was Joe Biden himself by even trying for a second term. That was
Mm-mm,
that thing that I will
mm-mm,
believe. I believe that was
mm-mm,
cost us the most.
That's not your biggest mistake. The biggest mistake was not developing essentially a powerful, progressive, foundational Black, forward thinking technological class that could counter this form of AI governance. You ran against an algorithm. You didn't run against Trump. You ran against an algorithm. And because we were part, meaning foundationals, part of that algorithm, case in point, we're on Twitter. Whatever we had to say, all Elon Musk had to do was just turn the algorithm up to 10. And what you will hear essentially is our global voice. We control the global microphone. But instead, you were given bad strategy to talk bad about foundational Black Americans, which again
I don't see
amplified.
when Democrats
Which hold on,
when did Democrats talk bad about.
I'm telling you, see,
Oh,
and
I
then also
apologize.
also to fabricate that it didn't happen, and when it happened, all Elon Musk and family had to do was just turn up the algorithm, and those outside of X heard it and looked at the Democrats as hypocrites. So you were shooting yourself in the foot, hurting your cause, while X, Musk, Peter Thiel, Adelson, Trump, and company were leveraging ours. You should have just gave us reparation. There's really a chance, a possibility that your political class may not ever hold power again.
Wait, that's what you're attributing this to? You're attributing to the loss of the Democrats because Democrats didn't give reparations?
Yeah,
Um,
I do.
okay. What I'm telling you is we would not be having this conversation if the Democrats had just humbled themselves. There's no shortage of money, man. There's no shortage of resources. The U.S. prints money at will, right? But again, you're still not sharp enough to get the point. And this is the problem. Something is wrong with your processor. It's slow.
Can I ask you a serious question though, McCall?
You can ask me many serious questions. I'm a serious man.
If
You're talking to a
I
serious man,
no
so you can ask a serious question.
I respect and I know and respect that. I'm just asking you if when was the time period that Democrats had the coalition to get reparations done? When do you
Six, 60 years.
for 60 years? I mean, like
Mhm.
when when was the time, like especially okay, you can say for 60 years in
You
the
heard,
last 20 years or 60
you heard,
years. I don't believe.
you heard something completely different from what I said. Let me just say it again.
Yeah, run that by me again. You said in the last 60 years they had the
Mm,
coalition.
Yeah, because
Like point.
because the foundational Black American community has been loyal to the Democratic Party for at least 60 years. You see, 60 years.
So what specific time
60,
period during that
60,
60
years.
when in that
That's your
specific time
timeline.
period that 60 okay, but in that 60 years,
Uh-huh.
if you give me the makeup of the Congress and the president that they could have passed that under. It's a serious question.
How loyal have the Democrats? Okay, when have Democrats ever been loyal to foundational Black Americans? Let's start there. Hmm? Meaning the Democrats were responsible for the redlining, right?
But well, the
Hold on.
Democrats
The
were responsible.
abuse, the level of abuse faced from emancipation, which included the KKKs, that was a Democratic invention or innovation. All right,
A
so
totally
now the
different party.
timeline. Okay, I'm an
A
American.
totally different
I'm an
party.
American. Where were you? Where was your family in 1865?
How's that pertinent to the conversation?
Because where we were determines where we go. Where we were determines our investment in this country, our stake as patriots in America. Where we go determines whether or not this country is around for the next 1,000 years. You don't have that kind of love, that kind of passion, that kind of concern for this government. This is something we built. You
And I'm
were
not taking and I'm not taking that away from nobody. But
your family was somewhere on an island looking at the moon. We were on
fighting
plantations,
our own
sir.
oppression, fighting our own oppression.
We were on,
But with
listen,
res-
listen to me.
but,
Where we're going,
but with respect,
listen to me. Where we're going, you cannot go. And
proceed.
this is why we're self-interested. This is why we're
But
looking at the tangibles that are being laid out, and we're making pragmatic decisions based on financial and technological self-determination. And you can't see
but
it.
you just but you just said okay, you just said reparations. What is the black Americans' biggest issue? And if Democrats had given reparations, then we would have been fine.
What I
And I
said,
asked you,
reparations.
and I asked you, wait, hold on. Within the last 60 years, give me a specific time period within the last 60 years when Democrats could have gotten reparations done, like with the president and the makeup of the
I
Congress.
gave
Give me
you,
that.
when you asked me that question, you put yourself in a position for me to extend that timeline to 150 years. See how that works? And this is the point I'm.
How could you set in a timeline when the makeup of the political parties were totally different? Because the political makeup of the parties of the Democrat Republicans right now are totally different in the 1860s. Like the South voted Democrat back in the day, and we know
Conversation.
what the
Listen
South
to
vote
me.
now.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're
Okay.
listening to a masterful, patriotic, forward-thinking American. We came.
I'm not questioning your intelligence.
Brother
Did he go out?
Mikhail, you here? Oh, he might have went out. Okay, well, we'll move on. I don't know what happened to his mic, but we'll move on. Okay, but
See, Elon Musk is taking him out, and he just gave him credit. You see that?
oh, well, you were over there. Did you do some voodoo on his ass, and then
Come
did
on.
you build a dog poke up? My brother,
I go to church every weekend. I'm very Christian. We renounce voodoo in this household. Tariq, you know that.
nothing wrong with voodoo. Let me say that there's nothing wrong with that. But
Mhm. I mean, yeah, like you. I mean, you've been to New Orleans. Ain't nothing. Can't be nothing.
yes, indeed. But anyway, man, listen. All right. But okay. But thank you so much, Gabriel. Let me get some more calls.
Wait. Okay.
Thank you. Let me get some more calls. Ah, Afro Elite. Let me get my brother Afro Elite in here. Brother Afro, hop on in, sir. I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I want to speak to what I heard Gabriel say about his strategy, and the strategy of the Democratic Party, which is to essentially rely on Trump and the Republicans to mess up. Somebody asked me this question a couple of days ago. What could the Democrats have done in 2024 to help their turnout? And I said, now their mistake was long before 2024, but I said what they should have done is they should have went to the Foundation Black Americans. They should have said, hey, we've been ignoring you guys. We come with hat in hand. We will give you guys something to show that we've changed. We will sign a hate crime bill or something like that, you know, a show of good faith to show that you've changed. But no, that's not what they did. What they did was exactly what Gabriel was doing. What they did was act like they don't have a black problem.
Right.
And this is why they're not going to win, from what I see, anytime in the near future at all, because still they are not admitting that the party has failed the black community and the party has a black problem. They want to keep on acting like their black constituency is happy, that they don't have a black issue, and they don't want to admit that because they don't want to do anything. And as long as they keep doing this, the Republicans are going to keep power. It doesn't matter what Trump or Elon does. What they need to do is get black people to like them again. They can't rely on Trump messing up, because they tried to do that in 2024 and it didn't work. But if they keep acting as if they don't have a black issue, they're never going to regain power again, ever.
Yep. My man, a very good assessment, brother. Thank you so much. And like I said, this goes back to what I was talking about. The Democrats have now become the party of lames. They're saying lame stuff, doing lame stuff. Everything is just lame, goofy, corny, unhip, uncool. You understand? Everything about them is uncool now. Everything about them is unhip. It turns off young voters. When y'all have Jim Clyburn running around here looking like Mr. Bojangles, talking about he's going to have a fish fry. You got Sharpton, he pops up with that silver perm. It's just not hitting no more. It's not hitting. And people are cool. And what they're doing now, somebody mentioned this earlier, they keep parading Jasmine Crockett out. So her job is for her to kind of appeal to younger voters by being the sister girl, sassy, that whole is, and that's performative, and people can see it. That's very performative. They're trying to get her to appeal to the sexy red crowd, and that's not really hitting like that. And that's their best bet with trying to connect with young voters now, and it's just not working. That's not working. The Democrats don't have anybody that folks want to aspire to be like. We gonna get Cory Booker? No. Remember when they tried to hook Cory Booker up with Rosario Dawson? That's her name, right? Rosario Dawson, the actress, and nobody believed their relationship. Nobody believed that. They tried to make him seem hip, like he got him a fly little Hollywood girlfriend, and nobody believed it. Remember that? Like, nigga, you ain't hitting that. Come on, you lame as you're not hitting that. Even the way he was talking about it, he was like, "Hello, yes, I got a new girlfriend, and it's Rosario Dawson, and I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited about the relationship." Nigga, don't nobody talk like that. You don't talk like that about relationships, dude. Don't nobody believe you. Yes, I just I had some pussy. Yeah, had some pussy the other night. The pussy was real good, very wet and soft. I liked it. I don't like men's no more. That's what it was giving. It was giving I don't like men's no more. Nobody believed that, man. Nobody believed Corey. Corey, just go and find you some pussy, brother. You ain't hitting that. You are not getting that. That's a Hollywood hookup, dude. Stop playing. So this is what I'm saying. They're just lame. They've been doing lame. Let's be real. They've been doing lame shit for the last couple of years, man. Just cringe-worthy, lame-ass stuff for the last couple of years. Who are you gonna be like? You gonna be like Roland? Really? Who wants to be like Roland? For real, for real. What young person says, "Hey, I want to be a big, fat, sweaty, balding, buck dancing buffoon. That's who I want to be." No, nobody respects do boys and flunkies because that's what the Democrats are. The Democrats are a party of do boys and flunkies who can't think for themselves. They sit up here and regurgitate the talking points given to them by their white DNC paymasters, and people don't respect that. People simply don't respect that. And then we look at some of the people who are Democrats who engage with us online. They're lame. Really, they're lame. Like I said, it's some tethers. It's either a tether who's babbling in circles or some wide hip nigga running his damn mouth or being sassy. Like Halo, that Halo dude who comes up in here, some wide hip Democrat shill who's regurgitating a bunch of goofy talking points. Yeah? Come on, let me get some more people in here. Let's get Independent Unity Truth Tellers. I think that's your name. It's a hell of a name. Independent Unity Truth Tellers. Hop on in here. I'm good, beloved. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not going to take up too much time, but I'll tell you, yeah, it is going to be at least a 20-year cycle, if not more, that the Democrats will be out of power.
Yeah.
They did this to themselves. That's the first thing people need to understand. They did this to themselves when they figured that it was okay to sidestep the FBA community
Yes.
to put up QIA first, and then basically thought that, oh, we were going to go along to get along with them basically pushing that towards our children.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that will not be forgotten anytime soon. One iota.
Yeah.
They can't be trusted at this point with our babies.
Yeah. Yeah.
They cannot be trusted with our babies, right? And our babies are our future. So how do we supposed to be like, oh yeah, we just gonna forget all that? The fact you try to make or try to manipulate the mind of making our little boys girls and making our little girls boys.
Right. And,
You know, we don't want
and
to
they don't go along with
yeah.
it. They start labeling us homophobic if we don't want to go along with that. That
Oh, get over that. I don't want to hear about the fact that God, this is in the Bible. God created who? Man and women. Who did he basically give the rib to? Adam gave the rib to Eve. Do not give me that mess. I don't want to hear it. It makes me angry that you would try and extinct our lineage,
Mhm.
which is what they were trying to do.
Oh yeah.
So they're done. I mean, Tariq, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how they come back from this. I would beg everyone in this room to continue to tell that story to your nieces, nephews, kids, right? Cousins, the younger ones. We have got to make sure that they understand that they were trying to extinct us through our babies.
Yes, indeed.
That is the issue,
That.
in my opinion.
Thank you so much, beloved.